Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 15 of Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And I've been MIA for a few days and I am sorry. Lots of crazy going on around here. This is the pin that I found and it's from scrapstampshare.blogspot. And I thought it was really cool. And I have been wanting to use some branding strips. I've been doing a little organization going on around in my scrap space. And so I've got my papers, all of these lovely branding strips, and this pen. So let's see how this goes. I haven't even picked up my pictures yet, you all. I sat down, I had a design team sketch to get done, and then I thought, I'm going to go ahead and try and get one of my off the boards done. I haven't done one in a few days. I feel like I'm in the mood, and I was feeling scrappy, so I decided to pull something off Pinterest that inspired me, and this layout reminded me that when I was organizing my Obed Marshall that I had a ton of the branding strips. So right here I am pulling out this little piece of, it's not cardstock, but it's the packaging from the Buenos Dias stencils. And I have them in a storage unit or a storage space, and I don't have them in this packaging anymore, so I put it in here to be used, and so that's what I did. And so I pulled out the sticker sheet from the project pad, and I have this scrap right here, the yellow scrap, and I'm trying to prepare myself for how big I need to make it, because I have decided to go with 2 4x6 pictures, and I do trim them down to about 5.5 by 3 3/4, so that I have plenty of room for you to see the background paper. And I'm going to mat the pictures together, and then I'm going to mat the whole thing, so it'll be a double mat. And I enjoy the way that this turned out. I love the colors from this collection. They make me very happy. And oh, look at that glare on that picture. So the pictures, the top picture up there that you can actually see, is me and my daughter having a cup of coffee on the back porch of our beach house that we rent. And then the other picture is me and my best friend, and we are just out on the back porch, and there was a sunset behind us, or sunrise. And so I had a picture, and I thought these would go well together. So I mat the pictures. I attach them together first because that makes it easier. And then I put them on the yellow paper. And then, of course, the yellow paper is already attached to that packaging. And I just adore the fact that you can use the packaging, because now I'm not wasting paper, getting some stuff used up in my collection, getting some scraps used for my collection. And now I'm going to dive in to all those lovely little branding strips. But first, let's pull out some ink, okay? Because this layout did not call for ink. It didn't have any on the sketch. I wanted to use it. And so I pull out my Wild Honey because I felt like that was the color that was best depicted by the papers that I'm using. And so I thought that I would pull the yellow, especially, well, it's Wild Honey, especially since in the picture of me and my daughter, there's like a sunrise in the background, and it's pretty, or no, the one of me and my best friend, and it's pretty and all that. So I thought that this yellow would help, and it was a little more than I wanted. So I sprayed it with some water because it is Distress Oxide, and then I dabbed it really good. So not only did that help dry it, but it also helped lighten some of that. And then I take a shimmer spray by Diane Reevely in Vibrant Turquoise. This is probably my favorite because this is my favorite color. And so I smush that around. And in the end, you're not going to see a ton of what I created. The mixed media gets, pretty overshadowed by the braiding strips and the 2 pictures, and that's okay. you know, it's there and you can see it in places, and that's perfectly fine by me. I'm getting a bunch of branding strips used up, you all. That makes me happy. So I pick out the ones that I'm going to want to work with. And while I don't color in the pink, I steer as clear as I can of anything that's predominantly pink. So I get them all laid down, and yes, there's pink in some of that, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be just fine. I am not coloring the pink in on all of this collection because it's a lot of pink. So I've gotten that down, and then I used some double-sided tape in my little gun right there, and I just get the right side tacked down as well, so that things aren't going to be moving on the page once the layout is done. And now I'm just trimming off everything. I want some of that mixed media to show. I also want to make sure not to trim the one with the word phrase on it because it says vacation, and I want at least one of those to be visible. So I actually ended up leaving both of them on there. And so I did the same thing on the other side and trim them down. And so that is about all for that stuff. And so then I pull out, this is the remainder of a sticker sheet that I had from this project pad. And I have a whole other project pad, so I want to get some of these stickers used. So I put the word vacation up at the top, and then I also pull these glasses off. All three of us are wearing glasses. Regular glasses, is just, we all are wearing them. So I felt like putting those funny orange glasses in there would be okay. So I get those on there. I've got a little arrow up at the top. It's not really pointing to anything in particular. It's just up there, and in this sketch that I was looking at, she's using some arrows. So I just kind of put some in a couple of different places. And then I am trying to see if there is anything on the sticker sheet that is just calling my name. And I find this one right here, and I think it says happy place or happy something, or maybe not. I can't even see it. Oh, anyway. So I put that little banner on there, and it does cross over onto the picture. And I'm okay with that. Happy days. See, I knew it said happy something. And now I'm just going to put some puffies down. And I use some Nuvo Deluxe for the puffies because they're not always very sticky. They've got a little tack to them, but they're not uber sticky. So I usually put some of that Nuvo Deluxe adhesive down. And I found the perfect reason to use one of the funny shirts. We are on vacation and all that kind of thing. So I went ahead and tucked one of those put one of those puffy stickers on there. And then I got my Obed Marshall Buenos Dias collection ephemera stash, and I pull out some stickers that are in this collection, and I get those on. I just wanted like at least one embellishment to be, in each of the clusters, like an embellishment from the project pad or from the puffy stickers or from, whatever I found. So then the other thing I found was, I think that says vacations or something. Vacaciones. I don't know how to say it. If that's right, congratulations to me. I'm very impressed. If it's wrong, I apologize in advance. So after I get the ephemera out and I look through it, I find a couple other things. And then the last thing I found was this globe. And I love this. And I never would want to use it on the totally fabulous layouts I've done before. But I finally have decided I would put it on here because I got a new set of these from Peacecraft Love, and so I have one more, so now I could be a little less tight-fisted about using them. So I was about to show you all the blog again, And then I realized that they have sequins on their layout. So my sequins are still sitting right next to me from adding them to my JQ Crafty Craft IQ. And so I went ahead and added just kind of a random, I looked at the sketch, and a lot of where I put them is where she has them in there, or whoever created this sketch. So I just kind of put them where I felt like they had them. And I like that. It's like a little scattering of them. And normally I fill the inside with gemstone, or not a gemstone, but with like stickles. I didn't do that today. I may go back when I do pictures to see if I like it or not, but we shall see. So after I get the gemstones down on there, I'm inspecting it to see if I need to add or change anything else. And I realize that there are more arrows on the inspiration layout. So I get the acrylic arrows, and then I put one of those at the bottom. And then I grab another one and put it up at the top. It says Amigos. So there it is, the layout, the inspiration, and all my other pictures. So I hope you all will go down below and check out all the different people who are hopping along with the Off the Board with Pineapple Papers. And that is a hop started by Crystal Barrett, who is Pineapple Papers. Here is the layout. I see you can see just enough of the mixed media to make it well worth it to use those fab colors I love so very much. And I hope that you all will get some inspiration from this as well, and maybe scrap some branding strips and use up some of your stash. I hope you'll come back and see me again tomorrow. Have a great day and happy scrapping.